going? Welcome to Family Fun Pack. We asked you guys a couple videos ago when we told you all about our baby journey to leave us questions because we wanted to answer them in a video. So we're going to do that today. All of your surrogacy questions are going to be answered, and if there's more, we'll be happy to answer more. But we're going to go through some of the comments you guys left and answer your questions. First of all, I want to thank you guys for all the love and support because this was a difficult decision to share with you all. And I guess we thought that maybe people would judge us or leave rude comments and tell us that we're horrible people. And I honestly, maybe I'll find some new comments as I'm going through this video. There's only one person that left this really rude comment. And I was just like, that is so rude, I have to respond. And I don't usually respond to the negative comments. I usually try to ignore them. But this person was just so ignorant that I was like, no. Sorry. I need to let you know that you're very wrong. But otherwise, you guys have been so nice and so supportive, which I just love. Someone said you're such a strong mom, and someone said that they thought this sounds like a super sensible decision, and I was like, yeah, I love you guys. So a couple of the questions are, is a surrogate mom living with us? And the answer is no. She lives at her house with her family, and we see her when we want. We text her all the time. We have a good relationship. Actually, I would think we have a great relationship.
Definitely.
We get along really well. She loves us. We love her.
After the appointments, we stay and we talk for like 30 minutes before we go home.
It's actually after today's appointment we met, and I was talking to her as soon as I saw her. I felt like I was talking to someone I'd known for years. I just sat down. I was like, hey, how's it going? Like, I was happy to see her. And then we went back, and the doctor was running so late, like at least 45 minutes late. So she and I were just in the room just talking the whole time. She was just telling me all about her personal life and her family relationships and things like that. And then after the doctor left, Matt was finally able to come in. So the three of us were in there, and we were supposed to just leave. We were literally just sitting in the office talking for like at least 30 more minutes. And then we were like, they probably want this room. Maybe we should leave. So then we left, and then we talked more in the parking garage. So we like her a lot, and we get along with her really well. So it's been really nice. Fun fact, we actually weren't going to tell you guys we were using a surrogate because I was nervous about how you guys would react. I was thinking, you know what, I can just vlog. I can not show things like, we don't have to show our birth story, for example. We can just say we chose to keep it private. But then we kept thinking about it, and we were like, why not? Why not share it? It's our life. If people want to judge us, they can judge us. And we're, again, just so thankful for the outpouring of love, honestly, and support. So I'm glad that we chose to share.
I am, 100%.
Yeah. I just think it's cool. Not a lot of people do surrogacy. Yeah. Hopefully it can open your eyes to becoming a surrogate, because it's a really nice thing to do to be able to help someone out if you're able to. And using a surrogate if you need to or want to, it's just interesting. I've never personally known anyone who's been a surrogate or used a surrogate, so it's been an interesting journey. We've learned a lot already. Yeah,
it was such a new thing to us that we just kind of thought, man, maybe we should just keep it amongst our family. But as we went through the process, it's gone so well that now we feel like we know a lot more about it. We can share it, and we want to share it.
Yeah. So along the lines of the surrogate living in our house, she's not living in our house like we said, but is she going to provide breast milk for the baby? And the answer is no. When she goes home, we want her to just be able to go back to her normal life. Plus, you do have to pay for that. And I don't know, I don't think I'm comfortable with that. It just seems a little awkward to me. So we're going to be formula feeding the baby as soon as we bring it home from the hospital.
When is the due date? It's February 26th.
Yay! We're excited.
Same month as me.
Also, fun fact, she told us today at her appointment, our surrogate, that she was in labor for only 45 minutes. So our doctor thinks we might get induced early with this baby, just because it can be really dangerous when you have a baby in a very, very fast time. Dangerous for the mom and the baby. So we don't want her to have a 20 or 30 minute labor. So we're looking into that. We don't have a lot of information. We're gonna see how things go and if she starts to dilate early and all that kind of stuff, but that's what might happen, so we'll see. I was actually hoping for a late baby because I think March would be a really cool birthday, only because the birth zone is so cute, but February is fine. I just wanted that birth zone in my mother's ring.
February is great.
Some of the other questions are if the child is biologically ours, and the answer is yes. I'm looking at these comments, and there's so many nice ones. You guys are so nice. Everyone's saying I'm a really good mom, and I'm one of the toughest moms. Like, everyone's saying these really nice things, so really nice. Are we gonna have more kids after this? I am open to so many kids.
So many?
Lots. I'm open to so many.
We have lots.
I love kids.
Hey, 7, why not 8?
10,
right?
12, 15, no, not that many. I mean, I really would, but that would be insane. But I literally love kids. Like, I would adopt kids so easily. Like, I know this is probably weird, but I always say, like, if there was a family and something happened to their parents and it was a big family of like 5 kids, I would take all 5 of them if they needed a home. Like, I totally would. I just have a lot of love in my heart for kids, for sure. Okay. Another question is, how do we choose our surrogate? A lot of you guys are wondering that. And that's an interesting question because some of this was done during COVID. Well, all of it was done during COVID. And a lot of it was done when we were on the road because things just took so long. Everything's this long process. There's attorneys involved and all kinds of contracts and agents. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's just, there's so many people and so many people involved and pieces of this big puzzle going together that it is not a fast process, and I'm not that patient. So it was difficult because I thought for sure we would have a positive pregnancy before we left on the road, and then we didn't get it until almost the very end of our road trip, actually. So during this whole thing, we didn't want to hold up the process, so we had to choose our surrogate from a distance. So our agency, okay, so we went through an agency basically to do this. There's different ways to do surrogacy, and one of them is you can find people on your own. You find your own attorney, you find your own surrogate, or maybe you use an agency just to find the surrogate. But for us, we knew that we're so busy with work that there's no way this would ever happen. I mean, we've been wanting to have another baby for a few years, and it hasn't happened because we're so busy. We just haven't been able to really make it a priority like we should have because it's just, I mean, you guys have to know, things get in the way. You're taking your kids to soccer, the dentist, music lessons,
Non-stop.
Like it's always go, go, go. And doing our YouTube channels is more than a full-time job for both of us. So having spare time, it doesn't happen. We don't go on dates. Like our dates include our children when we all go somewhere because we're just really, really busy. So our agency that we use talks to an agency that has potential surrogates, and the person that we were talking to told us there was actually only a couple that we could choose based on different factors. So things that we used to pick our surrogate were, number 1, location to us. We wanted someone that was fairly close to us within less than an hour because we wanted to be able to get there for the birth. And now that we know she goes into labor fast, we're glad she's not too far away.
We're gonna miss it anyway. So.
Yeah. So that was one factor. Something I looked at was her desires and our desires because there's a whole questionnaire. You get to see everything about them, you know, their height, their weight, just a lot of information about this person, their habits, their foods. Are they a smoker or a drinker?
Have they given birth before?
Coffee, yeah, healthy pregnancies in the past. So lots of different factors. And I wanted to find someone who had the same desires as we do. And we went through a couple resumes, I guess you would call them. And some of the surrogates, they want to have private time with the baby after the birth, for example. Some of the surrogates desire that their other children meet the baby after birth and get to hold the baby after birth. And I didn't want that, especially because this is someone who I haven't met before, someone who I don't have a relationship with. So my desire was, I just want this person to have the baby. I'll be there, the baby's mine. There's not gonna be any private time, none of that kind of thing. And so I read her desires, and that was exactly what her paper said. Every single thing that she wanted was what I wanted. So she didn't want private time. She wasn't asking for her other children to have private time with the baby either. She didn't want her other family members to have private time. She was okay with us being in the birth room, including taking pictures and things like that. And some moms didn't want like pictures in the birth room. So that was important to us. So once all those things lined up, I started looking at other factors like her health, and knowing that we're both tall and we have big babies. Like my babies have been big. Okay, I told you guys, my twins were almost 8 pounds each. Yeah. So, and there they are now. They're giants. But knowing that, I was thinking big boned people, a nice, healthy, taller person is probably going to be able to carry someone else's extra large baby longer than someone who's extremely tiny. Now, I don't know if there's any medical like backing to that or not, but in my brain, I'm thinking someone nice and tall can hopefully carry someone else's baby who's tall. So she wasn't super tall, but she was the tallest, I think, of all the options that we had. And she wasn't rail thin. I felt like she was healthy and she would take care of her body, and she was just, I thought she was a good fit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely was a leap of faith to hire someone that you've never met to do this. So we were putting a lot of faith in the agency and their recommendation. You're like, are they just saying she's nice because they want to get this deal done?
I know, we kept wondering that.
I mean, and so it was
Yeah.
a big deal when we met her for the first time we got back from the road trip, because
Yeah.
here she is carrying our baby already. We've never met her before.
Yeah, it was a huge leap of faith. We were just hoping that she would be nice, and then when we found out she was, we were just so happy.
It was like the biggest sigh of
Oh
relief.
yeah. I was like
Thank you.
sweating going there. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. We're gonna meet her and she's already 7 weeks pregnant, you know. So, but all these things go through your mind though. Like, is she really gonna take the best care of her body? Is she really eating these healthy foods she says she is? Does she really want to remain pregnant the whole time? What if she does something to sabotage it? Like, all these things go through your mind when someone else is carrying your baby. It's very stressful actually. You think it's like this big easy thing, but it's actually really stressful. There's not a single day that goes by that I'm not thinking about her, thinking about our baby, worrying about them.
All
you
the
know?
things that could possibly go wrong.
Oh,
Still,
yeah.
even this late in the pregnancy, there's
Yeah.
a lot of unknowns.
Yes, so it is definitely still just as stressful as carrying it yourself, except for in my case, it's not stressing my body out. So that's a good thing. Again, there's so many nice comments. I'm just looking over them thinking like, man, you guys are so nice. This one I like. It says, you clearly love babies for many reasons, but what do you love most about them? What is your favorite age and stage of a child or baby? What do I love most about babies? I can't even say them all because there's so many things I love. I mean, obviously dressing babies is adorable. I love seeing them in their outfits, taking care of them, feeding them, watching them grow, watching them eat, watching them learn and explore and like learn to talk, and everything about it is magical.
Yeah, there's no milestone that I could specifically name
Yeah.
and say, oh, this is it when they learn to crawl or talk or walk.
Yeah, they just grow so fast. They're like everything. I literally love everything about babies, love everything about kids. I especially love my kids.
I love the age like 2 to 4 when they're really developing their speech, because they say the
Yes.
cutest things and they come up with words to describe something because they don't have a better word. And
Yeah.
they make up names for their siblings and it's just cute.
The toddler age is so cute. Like, I'm sorry, there's no such thing as terrible twos, okay?
No.
Babies
Terrific twos.
are adorable at 2. Oh my gosh, love those ages. 2, 3, they're just so cute at that age. Despite with my health during the last pregnancy, do I miss not being pregnant? You know, it's funny because I actually do. I have like this slight bit of guilt in some ways, like that I'm not doing it myself. And I do kind of like crave like just feeling the baby in my own self and like the kicking and having the baby. I do wish for that. Like, I really wish I was doing it myself, but I also know this is the best decision for me, but I definitely do wish I was doing it myself if I could. Oh, this is really cool. There's a lot of moms commenting their stories, which I have loved reading, by the way. I love hearing your experiences and hearing how many people have similar things to me, like allergy-wise and whatever, but this one says that they were a surrogate back in 2007 and they had twins for a gentleman who wanted kids. That's so cool. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. A lot of you guys are asking what the gender is. We have done our gender reveal, so we all know, but you guys have to wait a little bit. So that'll be out soon. But yeah, we know, the kids know, my parents know, my best friend knows, my personal trainer knows. So there was like a tight little group. Who know? Yeah, so that's that. So the next question is, do your kids know you're using a surrogate and do they understand what it means? They do know. How we told the kids was, we showed you guys the video where we told the kids we were expecting, and you might notice that I didn't say having, as I used the word getting, partly to trick the kids because I wanted to lead them on as long as I could before they totally knew what I was saying, but also because it was just different because we're not really having it ourselves, so it's a little different, so I didn't want to lead them on either. But I also wanted them to just have their excitement and their joy in that moment and not overwhelm them. So we told them we're having a new baby. They're very excited, of course. And then we waited till we got home from our road trip and we sat them down on the couch and we were just telling them, you know, there's something different about this pregnancy. It's still our baby, it's still your little brother or sister, but it's gonna be in somebody else's belly. And we told them how exciting and amazing it was that science can do this, that we have the technology to have an embryo, have it grow in a petri dish and implant it in someone, have it be someone's baby that's not even genetically theirs, and have it grow and come out. It's just amazing. So we explained to them how amazing that was and they were happy.
Yeah, they actually didn't have many questions. They were like, oh,
Yeah, they
that's
had very
cool.
few questions.
That's
I was
interesting.
expecting them to,
I thought they'd be like, wait, what? And ask all these questions. And
yes.
it was,
But they were really nice
Yeah,
and
they're-
receptive to it.
Supportive. No one
Yeah.
seemed to be concerned. Or,
Yeah. Now there are a few people asking what is surrogacy. Hopefully we've explained that in this video enough. If not, you can look it up because maybe you're on the younger side. But I'm looking at all these questions. There's a lot of people that are saying they had similar situations to me when they had babies, and I'm loving all the comments on here. Some people are asking, where is the baby going to sleep? And for now, the baby will sleep in our room. Owen has his own room, but funny thing, Owen is still sleeping in our room. He doesn't really want to sleep in his room. He sleeps in his crib every night, so he is gonna have to give up his crib. But he just climbs in there and he likes sleeping in our room, so I don't mind, honestly.
It'll be some kind of an adjustment for him. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Michael had to have an adjustment because he was sleeping in our bed when he was 4 years
That's
old.
true.
Then Owen was born and we had to kick Michael out of our room.
Michael was
I
a
felt bad
lucky little
saying
duck
that.
sleeping in our
Yes.
bed. But he never kicked us. He was like so easy to sleep
Yeah,
with.
he was a good sleeper.
Yeah. You guys are asking about names, and we're really struggling. We're really struggling. So,
There's so many good names that it's hard to narrow it down.
yes. So please leave us suggestions. You can leave boy or girl names, and please help us. We're going to be begging for help more in the future, I'm sure.
After all these years, you'd think we'd have our top 2 boy and top 2 girl names, but no.
I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. This person says they think I could eat Indian food because Indians don't eat a lot of onion and garlic. I wonder if that's true. Because if I could eat Indian food, that'd be very cool. This question asks if we're worried that the surrogate won't want to give up our baby. And actually, yes, it has crossed my mind. I'm not worried now that I've met her, but before we met her, I kept thinking, what if she just takes off and has our baby and keeps it? And I'm thinking my rational self, why would she want a baby that's not hers? So, I mean, yeah, I'm not worried about that. It did cross my mind in the beginning, but no, I'm not worried about that anymore. There's also some random questions about like the bonding between mother and baby. And I have thought about that a little bit. And I do feel a little concerned, I guess, with the fact that our baby won't be hearing my voice as a voice of comfort for this 9 months. But I also think that babies have a short memory in some ways. As they're growing, things are changing, and the baby's gonna love the people that feed them. So that'll be Matt and myself. So I think we'll quickly become that voice of comfort because we'll be the ones providing the food and the love every single day and night. And we also have those baby buds I was telling you guys about that we're still thinking about getting, where the surrogate can play our voices for the baby to hear. So there's options on that. Can we see the surrogate? I don't know. I'm deciding. You will see her blurred because I did film me first meeting her because it was a really awesome meeting. So, but she's pretty. She's really nice lady. Yeah. Tons of people wanting to know the gender. So yes, we're definitely gonna let you guys know. What else? Are we gonna do a birth vlog? Yes, we are. I don't know what it's gonna look like. There's a lot of rules, just COVID related at the hospital. So I don't know what the birth vlog is gonna be like.
We don't even know if we'll get there in time.
Yeah, the birth vlog could be us meeting our unborn child who is now an hour old.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, there'll be some type of birth vlog, obviously. We'll definitely be documenting it. Okay, there's a couple other questions. People are asking if we could select the gender. In some cases you can select the gender, but it costs more money. Nothing is free. So we're frugal. So we asked them to pick our most healthy egg, and they did genetically test all the eggs to make sure they didn't have deformities and different things along those lines. And so we chose our most healthy egg of all of our eggs. Someone else said just to tell them about surrogacy in the United States. And that is a good question because I know in some countries they don't allow it at all. And actually in the United States, surrogacy is illegal in certain states. So it is strict here in some ways, but California is one of the states that it's pretty frequently done, I guess.
Yeah, so we're lucky
So,
because
yeah.
there's so many attorneys and agencies that have been through the process. They know the legal issues. They know how to do it so that nothing comes out weird.
Yeah. Someone's asking if we changed hospitals between all the babies, and the answer is yes, because we've moved so much. Everyone's been born everywhere.
Yeah.
Another question people are asking is it twins? The only way we would get twins with this pregnancy is if our eggs split and we had identical twins because we only implanted one egg. Like I said earlier, we picked our very best egg. We had one particular egg that was a AA rating, which is the best rating you can get. And it doesn't mean the baby's better or smarter. What it means is it's the most likely chance of it actually working and having a pregnancy. It gets about an 80% chance of working.
Implantation,
Yeah. So we picked that egg. We had one egg that was a AA, and we were like, oh my gosh. The agency, they were like so excited. The doctors that did the test on the eggs and everything, they were like, you guys have this one egg and it's great. We're so excited. Because I think because what they do for a living, they knew that this one egg was most likely going to take, and we'd have a really good shot at a successful pregnancy. So
because they start with like 15 or 20, and then they go through the filters, they test all and say,
Yeah.
there's this many healthy, and of the healthy ones,
like it just keeps getting narrowed down because like some don't even make it.
yes,
Like they're not even not healthy, they just don't make it. So it goes down. Then you get your healthy ones. Then of the healthy ones, they test them again, I think.
yeah, just give them a rating on how likely they are to implant.
And then some of them have genetic defects that they just can't use. I don't know what they all are, but there's a lot. They test for 200 different defects that you can have that would make it so that you would not want that egg to be implanted. And
they test a lot more now than they did even like 10 years ago. It used to just be a handful of things. Now it's like 200 or 300.
in a way, it's like what your body does, because some pregnancies never take and some pregnancies do take. And usually, in most cases, the ones that do take are that egg that's really, really strong and capable of being carried that whole time. Not all the time. Sometimes an egg who's not as strong or has a defect obviously does get carried, but it's kind of similar to that, where your body just knows what it should do and it just does it, and they're just doing all that, but outside the womb. Someone wants to know if we're gonna be updating the surrogate with pictures of our baby, and I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm not close to it, but I don't know. I mean, if she wants to, if she texts me later on and she wants to know.
I'm sure we'll send her a picture if she wants a picture.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your baby?
Yeah. It's not like she's related to the baby, so it's not like, I don't know, we're obligated to, or she'll be sad if she doesn't see it, but I'm sure she might be curious to wonder, what does the baby look like in a year? What does he look like in 2 years? Whatever. So, yeah. Okay, well, I hope I've answered as many of your questions as I could, and if you have more, please leave them on this video. There was like 700 comments, so I tried to go through them as I was listening to him talk and talking, and overall, the vibe is amazing. We're excited. We, like I said, we love our family. We want to grow our family, and it's a really interesting dynamic, because if this was just him and myself, it wouldn't be all of these people, all of you guys who are judging us or telling us we're making a decision for one reason or another or for whatever. I would have a ton of kids if I was on YouTube or if I was not on YouTube.
That's true.
Being on YouTube has literally nothing to do with my family planning. Like literally nothing.
We already had 4 kids before our first YouTube.
Yeah, and we definitely weren't done having kids at 4.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. So I know some people like to judge and, oh, you're just whatever. That is not the case. So you can hear it straight from my mouth. I am having the kids that I want to have, and those of you who are watching, you can feel lucky to be watching, because we don't have to let you in, and we chose to. So we appreciate you guys being on our journey, but
thanks for your support.
the negative vibe people, we don't need that.
We don't worry about
And you guys can think whatever you want. You could think we're the worst in the world, but our kids know different, and they know we love them, and we treat them really well, and our kids have a wonderful life. So
unfortunately, most of you aren't seeing that. 99%
that is
of the
true.
comments are all
I'm
positive.
speaking to like
So-
the 1%, but you know, that 1% gets in your brain and you think about it. So, yeah, but anyway, I mean, we love our life, we love our kids, and regardless of our YouTube channel, we will be doing the exact same thing we're doing. We have a lot of kids loving our life, loving our kids, and being super thankful for what we have. So anyway, leave us your comments. We're excited to hear more from you guys, and we will see you soon. And I hope you're as excited about the gender reveal as we are, because that has been drama, which I will tell you about after you guys see the reveal, because I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.